Fox News national security strategist Sebastian Gorka and Sara Carter, Fox News contributor. Okay, ladies first, Sara. If you look at the Cohen situation, you hear on other places in the mainstream media and on the left that Robert Mueller is closing in. He's getting closer and closer to collusion. I've looked at the memo. I don't see anything in the memo that says, you know what, this is a smoking gun. This is now Mueller really sinking his teeth into collusion. I see a lot of speculation and circumstantial evidence and the word Russia thrown in there once or twice, but nothing that I can say, aha, he's got him.
That's right. It's like if Michael Cohen would have gone to a Russian restaurant and ate borscht, they probably would have put that in there just to bring up Russia, right? So my thing is this. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Jesse. There is nothing in the memorandum that we see on Cohen that is explosive or that says, wow, there was collusion. There's nothing in there whatsoever. What I found really interesting was that when they talk about the Moscow project, and that was the project to build, you know, this Trump Tower in Moscow, remember Cohen was always the kind of guy, and this has been reported in the past, that would kind of use his influence because he was so close to Trump to try to shake people up and get business going. So it wouldn't surprise me that Cohen himself was out there reaching out to people trying to get business going.
Yeah, he was trafficking in his connections to Donald Trump. He was trying to, you know, kick dust around to see if he can scrum up some consulting fees. And I guess maybe he said that the discussion over the Trump Tower went to January. In fact, maybe it went into June. It's a difference of a few months. But I didn't really see anything that said to me, Dr. Gorka, that we're anywhere closer to where we were a year and a half ago with this thing. Do you?
Jesse, it is a massive nothing burger with Russian salad dressing dribbled all over it. That's all we have.
You're making me hungry, Doctor.
Me too.
Look, think about it. There is not one iota of evidence that connects the Trump campaign to any Russian intelligence operation to undermine the election. Not one. In 2 years and $35 million, Robert Mueller is a complete and utter failure. He's grasping at straws. The testimony we have from Dr. Corsi tells you everything you need to know. These are tax evasion charges. We have two baskets of indictees here. We have tax evasion, right? We have things that have nothing to do with the Trump campaign, wire fraud 12 years ago. And then we have process crimes, when somebody who has a faulty memory is accused of perjuring themselves. Oh, and the third thing I forgot, sorry. Robert Mueller has been successful in indicting Russian spies for being spies.
Yeah.
And they're never going to show up.
We have not seen those guys frog marched back here into Washington, D.C.
No,
I don't think we ever were. You know, the special counsel, if you look at it, what happened in the 90s, Sarah, with the Clintons and started with Whitewater and a land deal, years and years and years later, it was about lying about sex. You saw the same thing in the Bush administration when they outed, allegedly, this woman for being a CIA agent. They spent years investigating that, Patrick Fitzgerald. And then they sent a guy to prison, and he wasn't even the guy that exposed her. It was Richard Armitage, Colin Powell's deputy, did. And then now we have a thing that starts with collusion and obstruction, and all we get are a campaign finance reporting violation and, what, tax evasion on a few guys that don't have anything to do with the campaign?
Well, I think what we're seeing here is that they weren't prepared, right? In any of these cases, they were in search of a crime. They didn't have a crime in their hands, so they went out looking for it. And now what we've seen over the last 2 years, Jesse, is more and more information surfacing actually on Hillary Clinton's campaign, on how the FBI and the DOJ handled this investigation, very egregious violations, possible malfeasance within the FBI
Robert
and DOJ.
Mueller, then, I'll put this to both of you. Why can't and why hasn't Robert Mueller gone after some of the egregious violations on the other side, the people in the Obama administration that leaked and unmasked the Flynn Russian ambassador phone call, or the Hillary Clinton dossier purchase, and then FISA abuse? Why isn't he, if he's supposed to be looking into any crimes that arise from Russian interference, aren't those crimes that arise from the investigation into Russian interference?
Jesse, why are 13 members of Robert Mueller's team Democrat donors?
Yeah, he's
This
stacked
is a
the deck.
man. Right. You have to know one thing about this person. He shouldn't be investigating Donald Trump because of his own conflict of interest. The day before he was made special counsel by Rod Rosenstein, the day before, he interviewed with Donald Trump to get back his old job as the director of the FBI. Donald Trump said, "No, I need new blood. Sorry, but no thanks." How do you get to investigate the man who you crashed and burned in front of on your last job interview? How is that not a conflict of interest?
Well, it is. And I think there's a two-tiered system of justice here that the American people, and this is why people are angry, Jesse. It's not necessarily about the fact that they're investigating Trump, although now that we have the evidence that we know that the dossier, we've been reporting this for years, has been unverified. And, you know, Christopher Steele was using Russians to gather this intelligence. He was paid for by the Hillary Clinton campaign and the DNC through Perkins Coie. But now that we have all of this mounting information, you know, out there in evidence, the fact that they're not doing anything is stunning. And I think the American people are frustrated. They're angry over $30 billion spent on this $1 million spent on this investigation, and there is nothing to show for it but taking down, you know, bad apples who lied to Congress. But how many people have lied to Congress?
Yeah, I mean,
James
you'd have to lock up Clapper and Brennan and Comey himself
Hillary.
if you do that. And, So listen, I think after all this, I've looked at this. I'm going to tell the American people, I'm going to withdraw any pursuit of higher office. I will never run for Congress, Senate, the presidency, because once I get elected, they're going to have a special counsel and they're going to catch me in a lie, any lie, because they will find a crime if they want to find a crime. And that's the truth. Once you have a special counsel, it's radioactive, and anything he touches, it's going down in flames. Dr. Gorka,
Jesse,
Sara Carter.
Robert Mueller is following an old principle from the Soviet Union. Show me the man, and I'll show you the crime. It's un-American.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys very much.
Thank you.